All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us this Monday and with our special guest trainer, Jill Bauman. I am so excited. You guys, Jill and I have actually known each other for the past 6.5, maybe 6 years when I got started, and we met in Vegas, and she was running for 5-star. You guys, we were in an executive leadership training with Eric Worre, and I remember her sitting there like racing for 5-star. And I was just like looking at her like, wow, this lady's a hustler. I think I was 1-star at the time. And it's just like watching her really run and watching her team really cheer her on. She was sitting with Betsy Frame and Danny Elo, and it was so cool to watch that. And then through this whole journey that I've been on, Jill has really just been there by my side. She has encouraged me. She answers my text questions. She answers my messages. She's done calls with me, and she just is a beautiful woman. And you guys, this is crazy. I'm going to tell you a few things about her, but I think that she should never say her age because no one would ever be able to guess it. No one could ever guess her real age. She blows me away. She looks insane. You guys, the fact that she's a mom of 6 and has 10 grandchildren floors me. If you are not following her yet on social media, you need to, because that's where I get most of my information is from her Facebook. And so, she's just an awesome powerhouse. She is a 16-star platinum, 15-star crystal executive, Spirit of Isagenix Award, Woman of Isagenix Award, Shooting Star Award 6 times, Rising Star, 126 millionaire. She is a gym owner in Scottsdale. You guys should visit it. It's called Extreme Bauman. Bauman's Extreme Bauman, you can tell me. And she's a trainer, martial arts. Like you guys, if you follow her on Insta stories, you can see her working out. And I kid you not, it like makes me not feel bad about myself a little bit, because I'm like, I need to get my butt moving, but also inspired by her. Oh, like I'm just like, I want to be that. Like at this age, at my age, I want to be like that. So, and she's obsessed with teaching people and everyone how to serve up and serve out. So you guys, I'm excited for you to hear from her today. She is going to share her story, and then also I'm going to ask her a few questions, but take notes and, rewatch this recording because you're probably going to have to. I'm so excited. Thank you, Jill, for being here. We're so appreciative.
Boy, that was quite an introduction, my girlfriend. I'm like, wow. I'm kind of like, when people ask for that, what is your bio? They ask for it at Celebration this year. I'm like, I don't have a bio. Do I have to turn in a bio? I'm like, can we just pass the bio part? But, really, I think we almost started this journey together. I really feel like we did, Meredith, right? And one of the first things I always do when I'm at events is look to see if you're there. So, because I really truly feel we are such a family, and you're such a blessing in my life. And anybody that you start this journey out with, you will forever, whether you're linked to or not, be just like really, when you see each other, it's like this long lost relative. And that's how I feel about when I see you at every event. I'm like, are you okay? Are you growing? Are you good? How can I help you? I love everything about you, and I follow you every day. And I loved watching you go to Africa. And I know your husband's having surgery today, so I'm praying for him. And you're on this call, and he's in hospital?
He leaves in like an hour, in like 35 minutes. But it's fine. I'll pick him up. He's fine.
Okay, good. Well, I'll be praying for him, just so you know. So yeah, this is just an incredibly special connection that we have. And I love you, Meredith. And I'm just so honored and privileged that you asked me to be on your call. Thank you. You're just such a gem and such a light in my life. And I want you guys to know that it's very hard in this business to really have somebody like Meredith in your life who is just she really understands the power of being grateful and the power of positivity. Is she ever not like that every day? And she's been like that light since the day I met her. And so there's not a lot of people that rock it like she does every single day. So you're so blessed to be in her organization, have her to look up to and to guide you. And I would trust her with my life in regards to anything, especially in this business. And she walked this walk, and she talks her talk. And, if I just can't wait to see where you're going to be when you're my age, Meredith. And just so you guys know, I'm turning 60 this year, and I am doing things that I didn't do in my 20s and my 30s and my 40s and my 50s. I am still able to do martial arts and run and jump and do jumping jacks. And, you know, I think that obviously these products are such a huge part of what enables me to do that every day. But I think this is a big part of this product B I've been taking for 8 years. And, you know, my skin is still, I still have like, I'm going to go really close for you guys. I still have like collagen in my skin that most like 60-year-old women don't have. And I don't have to do any of those injections yet or plastic surgery or any of that weird stuff. But so I feel very blessed that, you know, I've been able to be on these products for 8 years. And I actually feel better today than I did when I started 8 years ago. So yeah. So Meredith, I love you. Where do you want to start? Because I have a whole bunch of notes. We can just go through it. Where are you guys on your process of your calls every week? I know you're kind of
yeah, we just kind of asked different leaders. I just know that for you, Jill, you are so good at developing leaders, obviously, with a 15-star Crystal executive. And I just want to know, I think a lot of us want to know how to build leaders, how to develop leaders. Like, what do you do? What's that process look like? And how do you get people to rank advance?
Well, it's a great question. And I think, you know, I think we make that process so overcomplicated. And I think we overtalk it. And the world loves easy, you guys. The world just loves easy. So, and I've invited the easy into my life. I started this business at 52, and I have a lot of things pulling at me all day with family, and I'm a gym owner, a wife, a grandmother. So I had to make this easy. So very organically, Meredith is that same type of personality. She adds value to everyone. So my philosophy has been from day one, which is I believe givers do very well in this business, is to add value. And what I mean by value, guys, is I mean radical value to every person's life that comes within my sphere. Radical value. And I say radical because it's way more than you can possibly imagine. And it's just it's giving to the point where it almost hurts. And that could be anywhere from, to the point where you know you're growing when it's something you don't want to do, but you do it anyway. Meaning there's a girl in your team who's driving you crazy with her selfies all day long. And you're just so over it. But you go in and you continue to add massive value to her selfies all day long. That's just a silly example, okay? Meaning get out of your way, get over yourself, don't judge, and just continue, no matter what it is. Throw value, keep throwing, because for some reason, that girl, whatever her journey has been in life, she has to post right now 85 selfies a day. So I'm not going to discourage her, because that's part of her journey, part of her growth, part of her whatever is helping her to overcome and achieve and fill her up. I'm going to add value to that. Even though we all know that's crazy to post 85 selfies a day, but that's what she needs, right? So any way I can, no matter what it is, no matter who it is, no matter how they show up, I figure out ways to add massive value. And everybody comes to this journey with their stuff. Everyone shows up with their stuff, right? It's not like we start network marketing, we have a clean slate. And we're like, fill us up. I'm ready to just be, right? They all come with their stuff. And so I've learned how to just invite the easy in with that and not take on their stuff, but just figure out ways to empower, encourage, inspire. And no matter how they're behaving, I detach from that. And I think from the alcoholic who came into my team, from the little girl who was the makeup technician who came into the team, they all came with massive egos, right? My job was not to squash that ego or talk to them about ego. My job was to empower and fill them and love them. All we are called to do is love and serve. So, you know, I think for the most part, Meredith, to answer your question on that is, how can I serve this person in a greater way? How can I give more to this person's life and add more value? And it might be that I need to, check in 10 times a day. It might need that I need to figure out what their love language is. I try to find that love language really fast. If this person loves to be celebrated on Facebook every day, guess what? I'm going to do it. And I'm going to find some way. It could just be, you look beautiful today. If she earns her first cycle, she's going to get celebrated like she rank advanced to 16 star. She screws up. Here's the key thing. If they screw up in the beginning, I'm going to reward them and I'm going to take them flowers. And I'm going to say, it doesn't matter. I love you. You're awesome. And reward that with love. As opposed to calling them out and making them feel like they have failed. So I like to fail, forward, but with celebrate that. As long as there's truth to that and they can recognize what happened in the process. I've had to go through a lot of that, so I know what it feels like to fail and be called out. Doesn't feel good. And if somebody screws up, right? They don't feel good. So I try to make them feel good through the process. Just really, and then from the beginning, I like to take every single person who's sitting in the back of the room at my trainings with their arms crossed. I call them the prisoners in the back of the row. I like to free the prisoners, and I will absolutely link arms with them, have them come to the front or get them on a Zoom call. And at the end of every Zoom call, I will pick a new person and have them draw on the Zoom call on the whiteboard, the you share, they share. So immediately I'm freeing them up and I'm allowing them to step into their leadership, and they don't even know it yet, right? And help them understand, oh my God, you did that. Awesome. How about if we just add, when they go consult and you forgot that $50, just go ahead and add that in. So you're empowering them through the process, but you're allowing to step back to allow them to step in. And I do that, with Tanya, that was the first thing I did at my training. I was like, you little girl in the back row, come up here, right? Tracy O'Malley, you, come on up here. And guys, guess what? They love being in the front of the room. Who knew? So, and then you're going to get the one that it's typically the one that's sitting there like this, that you want to be calling up to the front of the room or on your Zoom calls. Especially that new person, help walk them through, freeing them of being that person that doesn't think they can do it yet, doesn't think they're good enough, doesn't think they know enough, and empower them from the first day that, and I like to treat everybody like they are already successful, as opposed to, I will treat you with dignity and respect when you get there. So I treat them with that mindset from day one, that you are my partner, you're not my downline. And we're going to link arms tight. And I teach them, do not say, thank you, upline, I've got this, goodbye, as it's written in the few books out there, because you're my friend first. And I have beautiful relationships with every one of the millionaires in my team. We don't have that division, and we don't do drama, and we navigate if it comes up with a lot of grace and understanding and forgiveness. So I think if you can lead with the mindset of, instead of what you can get as opposed to what you can give. The more I can give somebody, the law out there in the world is, the more you can give, the more you're going to get back. And it is so true today. And I focus on I just wrote this down right before we got on the call, because it's really good. 10 minutes a day, you guys, 10 minutes a day. I focus my attention on my intention. Okay, whatever it is I'm going through. Right now, I'm working a lot on this thank you piece. So 10 minutes a day, instead of an hour reading a book or, hours on end, I spend 10 minutes a day, my focus and my attention on my intention. And really, so right now today, I went in and I Googled a whole bunch of things that I'm really working on. If you guys can spend 10 minutes a day focusing on, let's just say you want to know more about network marketing. And 10 minutes a day is worth more than 5 hours a week. Being a power 10 minutes and Googling everything you want to know about whatever it is you're struggling with or you want to overcome right now. Really, I'm doing it, like I said, I've been in this thank you mode for about 2 weeks now, and I'll share it with you at the end. And I'm spending a power 10 minutes a day just learning everything I can about how I want to share that with intention, and then intention. So, hope that helps a little bit.
Yeah, that is so good. I just took a ton of notes just even with that. Wow. Okay, so Jill, when someone's brand new getting started, let's say like a Tanya, they're just getting started, whoever it is that comes to you, do you give people things in bite-sized pieces? I feel like I heard this term before, maybe it was Betsy Frame who said like, I marry that person, like they are my person and I link arms with them. So what does that kind of look like for you relationship wise when someone's first getting started and getting started for the business, let's say?
Well, I like to, Tanya was a tiger by the tail. She just got it. There's so many people I to tell people, look, you need to FIO, figure it out. I'm going to be here with you but man, look at me. Everything you want to know, just Google that shit. GTS and figure it out. I'm going to be here. I'm going to coach you. I'm going to empower you. Whatever questions you have, I'm an instant responder, guys. Big key to my success is I'm an instant responder. I'm going to tell people I'm not going to give you all the answers. I'm going to empower you to be a leader from day one. I'm going to treat you like that. And I treated her a lot like with kid gloves. I'm like, look, here's the tracks we run on. Here's the first steps you're going to do. And I give people the big picture. I go right to executive. I'm going to show them the steps and I'm going to treat you. And you're going to ask me a question. I'm going to say, here's where you're going to find it. Because I know if I send her to Isagenix Health, she's going to find 20 more things in there as opposed to answering her question. Can diabetics do the shakes? Hey, great question. Go to isagenixhealth.com and check it out. So much stuff there for you. Anything they will have, I will be there. Kathy taught me this from the very beginning. Just be the instructor and instruct people where to go and direct people where to go. And I'm not a fool, right? I use the tools. So with I'm finding that people are growing much faster if you can actually teach them about the tools from day one, right? So any question they have, I'm like, great question. Go here and find it. Figure it out. Because I want to empower them that they can find it. Because what they find and what I teach them is what they're going to teach their team. And good Lord, now with 150,000 people, whatever, and all these stuff going on all day long, I don't have time to bite. Let's give you big picture. And I go for the big money and I show them the big dream. And we talk about big dreams. We talk about big money. We talk about, my thing is, let's get you to executive, be an executive and stay an executive. Okay. And I show them the time frame and we map out the time frame. Everybody gets a map, that map the Crystal Executive on day one. And we pay very close attention to dates. Okay. So more where my time is spent is really helping leaders not overcome the tools and the movies and what they share, because I think that's very elementary, very basic, is more about the emotional part of this journey, right? And how to leave it, drop it, leave it, and let your stuff go. The growth, the personal development side of this journey, that's probably where I do more bite-sized, right? I don't throw it all out that at once. Read all the books, and you're going to need to learn that you don't do drama, and you're going to have your armor on, and all these things that happen on this journey that we grow through. But no, I love to show people the big money right away, and I love to show them the steps, and I love to empower them with the money along the way. I love the 5-cycle bonus, 10-cycle bonus. I love the rank advancement bonuses. And I love rewarding. I'm about rewarding, because I know that if this is an emotional business, and if I can tap into the emotional part of this business and let them know I love them, they're going to work so much harder for me. If I am loving the crap out of them and they really feel that I love my team and I'm going to do everything I can in my power for them. So they go fast because I've taught them that going slow is painful, right? And again, teach them that this is a very easy business and this is not work. I really think work is something that you do if you don't like what you're doing. This is my passion and my purpose, and I've married them together, and this is what I do to have fun in the world. So this is actually just what I do. It's in my soul, and I know this is what I was born to do, and this is, no doubt about why I'm on this earth. And so, yeah, I mean, doesn't everyone want to know how to make $5,000 as opposed to $500 a month? And it's so possible, right? And Kathy Coover gave me a beautiful plan from day one, and I still follow it today. She said, Jill, if you work with your 5, work with your 5. And a lot of people have 10 and 20, I get it, but I still to this day focus on my 5 that are jumping up and down and raising their hand, and I pour into those 5. And she said, if you make 10 calls a day, 6 days a week, you will be on your path to the top 20. And I still do that to this day. Obviously, my touches on social media are like 100 or 200. But yeah, so again, show people the big money, show them the tracks we run on, map it out for them, find out their goals, how much would really improve their life immediately. And then you got to know the numbers, guys. You got to know it takes 16 people to make this amount of money. You've got to know the numbers. I can know how much I make. I know what it takes. I know what it takes every week. I know the energy I need to put out to continue to make that income every week. And I know what it's going to take to drive the organization every week because I know the numbers, right? We're really big in this team about knowing the numbers. And I'm going to stop there because I'm babbling on about a million other times.
No, but I love that. Like, I don't know if I would say I know the numbers. You know what I'm like? So that's something I would like to hear, that, like what you say and what you know.
Yeah, I mean, it really does a number. If somebody says I need to make $500 a month, I know that really quickly. And they don't mean just like one time, right? So I'm going to be pushing to get that 5-cycle bonus. And then I'm going to be rewarding that person along the way. What I mean by reward is like, if in my case now, it's like I will match, getting to consultant, right? If they want to make $500 a month, we know that is what 2 cycles a week. So I know that I need to help them bring in at least 2 people a week. They need to do, because where I'm going to get them paid fast, you guys, the fastest way I know to get people paid is double PIBs. Double PIBs, they're going to make more than $500 a month if I can get them to share 2 packs every week. They're looking more like at $1,000 a week. And that's my goal with everyone. I teach them the PIBs from day one. You're not going to go share with 2. You're not going to go talk about this. You're going to share with one person. You're going to do this 2 a week. And believe me, if they start making $1,000 a week, they're in. And then obviously that immediately creates a consultant, and that immediately turns into a manager. And then what I like to do is that manager, Meredith, I like to tell people, okay, let's hold the fort. You are now at manager. Now I need you to be a manager. Okay. We're not going to race you to director. Right now I need you to soak up what's just happened and how you got here and understand the numbers. Okay. You just shared with 2 people who shared with 2 people. And how much did you make? So they know the numbers right from the beginning. You earned a 5-cycle bonus. Okay. You actually earned $3,000 this month. So we break down the packs. They know, the $25 packs, $50 pack. Obviously we share the value pack as much as, obviously I start first there and go down because I know if I get them $200 sharing a value pack, you guys, they're in, and they're on their way to being a manager. But I hold the fort there for a little while because I think we make the mistake of trying to, this whole fast tracking thing. I really am not a fan of it because once you get there, it's hard to stay there if you go too fast. So I like to soak up what's just happened and really understand you are now managing people. Okay. And what does that look like? And what does that require? And how much time, pockets of your life? A lot of these people are, they work a day job. What do you mean manage people now? Right. And you got to really have that expectation, those conversations. So people just don't think, oh, I got $500. Cool. Now what do I do? How do I get more? Well, let's slow down. Let's teach you how to start stepping into leadership and what that looks like, and start helping your people do the same thing. Right. And kind of maybe almost letting that become an organic thing as opposed to get 2 more people. Who do you know? Who do you know? And just kind of take that process along as they're growing and stepping into it. Right.
Yeah. Wow. That's really good. So yeah, that helps. And then, so when you are vision casting, like let's say you meet someone, because you still are enrolling people, you still are meeting people out and about. How are you personally connecting and finding new people? And then how do you vision cast to them? What does it sound like? What is the verbiage that you're using to talk to people about joining Isagenix?
Okay, out and about every day. I still will say I will use social media, no doubt about it, right? Connect. And I don't ever mention Isagenix, very rarely. When I'm out and connecting, I just invite people into my world. I would love to connect with you. I mean, after I'm having this beautiful conversation with the girl trying to sell me the shoes, you are so fantastic at your job. I would love to connect with you. And then we just connect and we just build that relationship for a while and I'll go back. And so those relationships are just building over time, inviting them. And then of course there's always that, oh my gosh, what do you do? I've been watching you on Facebook, right? And that's when I will then share and say, we're having a training this weekend. But I just let people know that I live a life of, I have a freedom life. I live, I'm about freedom living. And, I'm pretty passionate about showing people how to live a freedom life and what that looks like. And, just really tapping into their pain point about, how long do you work here? Do they pay you a lot to work here? How long have you been here? 10 years? Well, they must really love it. And just really have that heart conversation. And every single conversation is different. But I think for the most part, it's just really, again, adding value to every single person I meet to where it's just so easy. Everybody wants to kind of do what I'm doing and be involved in my world in some level. Because if I give you $100 bill, Meredith, and I'm like, you get to keep this. If I don't, wait, you have to give this back, right? I can't remember the way that I was researching this the other day. And it was like, let me give you a $100 bill. And I'm going to add so much value in the next 10 minutes to this conversation. You're going to want to give me that $100 back because what I just told you is way more valuable than that $100 bill. So your intention is with everybody you meet, how can you bless their socks off in that 10-minute conversation? I mean, I do that over and over and over by just complimenting, and then that opens the door to conversations all day long. And then once the door is open, just adding value any way I can. And again, it's about giving as opposed to what you can get back. And I lead with nothing else but to serve, right? To serve. So the conversations can be, again, the world likes easy and nobody wants to be sold anything, but they certainly want to know why I'm happy, why I'm being so kind to them, why I've offered an e-shot to them. And I'm intriguing. And again, there's no intention to sell. There's no intention. I like to tell people we're not hunters. We're fishermen. We throw our bait out there and we reel people in and just lead. And, I really think this is a God business. It really is God's business. And if you get up every single day with the intention to serve, doors are going to open for you. But you've got to do the action, right? You can't just sit there and do the law of attraction and think this stuff is going to happen in your life. It's going to happen, but you got to get out there and connect and talk and move and love and give and serve. And I tell people, if you're stuck and you're not growing, are you in service? And that's why I wrote that little piece to you, Meredith, about serve your way out, serve your way up. If somebody asks you to be involved in a charity, look at that as a blessing because that is in service. Are you donating? I got to tell you, if I want to make more income or I want to have more, because there's more than enough out there in the world for all of us. If I want more, all I have to do is go donate my time somewhere and be very committed to it. And more is going to come. It's just the way the world works. The more you can serve, the more you can give, the more blessings are going to come back your way. So you can imagine, I make about $30,000 a week where most of my time is spent. And it's not really out trying to connect, it's out being in service and donating my time at my church or at the orphanage or at the Young Life Center, wherever it is, right? And radical humility, which is going to lead me to the thank you piece. Radical, that's where I'm stuck right now, is on thank you and radical humility, because we tend to really get into ego in this business, and it's a very dangerous place to be and hard to stay humble. So in service to others, you guys just find a local place where you can go donate your time and watch the doors open. Every time, every single time, you will become unstuck and you will grow and more will come into your life. That's just a law, right? That's just how it works. So yeah, eyes on others constantly, always about others. And I think the longer you do this, the more beautiful, the more you fall in love with network marketing, the more you attract that into your life. And it's just a natural, easy conversation for me now, because I lead with this, not this. And it's just, just, and if I'm ever in my way, I'm checking back with what's going on between those 6 inches in my head, and then addressing that and letting it go, right? And we get there all the time. We get in our own way and we get in our head. But I got to tell you, the biggest thing that I'm learning right now and really training a lot on is where are you serving? Who are you serving? Where are you donating your time to? Who are you giving? Because I'm still marathon rolling at least 2 people like a day, you guys. It's crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah. Enrollments are insane. Yeah.
That is crazy to me. I'm like, okay, let's do this. Who are we serving? Where are we serving? How are we giving? That's amazing. Yeah. I'm kind of curious about, so you're meeting these people and then they find you on, or you guys connect on social media, but then you said that the next step is like, oh, we're having a local training. Do you want to come? So what is happening at these trainings? I think they're at your gym. Is that right?
Yeah, lately I had one there last week and that was great. But lately I've been doing more smaller groups in my home.
Okay. What do those look like? Can you tell us what those kind of like look like?
When you walk in, obviously there's products all over the table. We have a big whiteboard, and I will actually, if not so much me standing up, it's again having the new people stand up and talk about, what they've learned, what they know, where they're stuck, and I'll have them get to manager, and they always get stuck there, right? And we talk it through, and then I'll have a big TV with a screen, and we go through several different, it might be an Eric Worre piece we might be watching. So those usually go a couple hours because they're very, there's a lot of conversation going on about where they want to grow. And it could be, I don't know how to talk to people when I'm out and about, right? Well, how have you talked to everybody for the last 50 years when you're out and about, right? It's no different. Same thing. Don't make this weird. Meredith, you're so good about that. Don't make this business weird. And I think the simpler you make this, if somebody asks me what I do, well, whatever it takes, really whatever it takes. I just love inviting people into my home for a shake. Everybody will have a shake before they leave. And it's really just a very open kind of conversation there. I love to just sit people down at the round table. I have a round table in my dining room. And we get the 90-day game plan out, and we just kind of go through each page. And each page can take a whole 2 hours of a conversation, right? How do you connect? What are those 5 things that you really focus on? Oh my God, I love your shoes. Where did you buy them? A complete stranger. You're coming out of the movie theater. How did you like that movie? The movie theater. I mean, every single person that I meet I look for a way to direct it back to what I do. Every single conversation. So once they are invited into my home to come see what I do, we immediately, again, start as simple as, what would it take for you to change your life? $500? $1,000? And then we simply draw it out so that I want them to know the numbers. I need them to know they need 16 people that have shared within the organization to start making that $500 a month. And really getting people excited about having a little faith in me, because they come to my home typically because they're hoping that I'm telling them the truth, that you can make multiple 6 figures at what I do. They're hoping. So once they get here, my job is to show them, now I need you to have a little faith in me. Let me show you a little bit more into my world. And that's when I will open up. Perhaps I will show one of the videos, and I love Today's the Day. Any one of the videos, I'll show one of those, right? There's a new one that I'm liking. I got to look it up. I got it on my phone. And then simply from there, I will draw it out, Meredith, like you do, but I have a new way of drawing it out. And it's just, I go right to the two. I go, here's what I do. We can do the whiteboard if you want, but I'll literally draw a circle. You start the value pack. And then because you started with, sorry, my gardeners are here. You shared it with these 2 people, and they started with the value pack. So that, and I'll draw the line, okay, and you do this one time, that's $54. So Isagenix is generous enough to pay you up to 250 cycles. And Meredith, I make it this simple. Draw the line. That's $13,500 a week, which is $703,000 a year. Could you get excited about that? And they're like, so I go right to the big money. And all I did was draw you, share, I draw a line down the middle with these 2 people who shared it with these 2. And Isagenix that all that cycle is about one time, and one cycle is $54, and they pay you all the way down to 250 cycles, which is $13,500 a week, $703,000 a year. So I will show them those big numbers right away, and then we get into breaking that down. But I can actually draw that out. Have you seen that video that I've done on that? It's so
no. I'd love for you to show us anything.
It's really cool. We just basically draw. Well, you started with the value pack, and then because you started the value pack, you shared it with your mom and your dad, and they shared it with their two. And then I draw the line, right? And I will just say, so Isagenix pays you. How they pay you out is one cycle, which equals $54. Generous enough to pay you up to 250 cycles, which is, and then what that is per year. That is like big picture in 30 seconds, okay? Everybody gets excited about that. The you share, they share, $50, $100 for consultant, another $100 for consultant, and then you share another value pack and you make $200 if you do two in the same week. People are going, wait. This is the first meeting, right? I don't go there on the first meeting. I go, $703,000 a year. How does that sound? How are you going to do it? You're going to talk to 10 people a day, 60 calls a week, and I give them marching orders. You're going to share the 2 packs a week, minimum. And I make it really easy. Because if you share 2 packs a week, you're probably going to make at least $500, if not $1,000 a week. Would that make a huge difference in your life? So again, simple, but big numbers. Make it easy, but big numbers. And then that particular first meeting is all about how to share the value pack and adding value, how to have that conversation about how you would take somebody who says, I can't afford it, align them up with their goals, let them do not verbal vomit. You need to say nothing, and aligning and marrying that pack with that 30 minutes of telling you how sick, tired, and overweight they were, and then you align it with the $10 or the $20 pack a month. And I literally make it that easy. And then the overcoming objections is a big part of that first meeting. But let me help you overcome that, because we know that everything is just a skill and everything is just technique. And you can take in somebody who doesn't have, trust me, if she's wearing an Apple Watch, she can afford our value pack. Promise you. But I have to be able to create that value. I have to create that value. So what do? To create the value? I stop talking and I ask her questions. How sick were you last winter? How bad do you want to release those 20 pounds? Creating the value. And the more she talks, the more she's aligning herself with that value path. But you need to be quiet and you need to get good, a technique and a system of asking and listening and asking the right questions. Does that help, Meredith?
Oh my gosh, yes, because we're just starting to have just business trainings here in San Diego. And I'm doing this. I'm duplicating it. It's happening. So that was very helpful. I just feel
and I think that first time you come in and people are going, okay, start on the value pack. And then you shared it with your mom and your dad and they got on the value pack. And you got $50 and then you helped them get there too. And then they got 100 and then they got 100. And then if you share 2 packs in the same week, that's another $400. And then that's $900. And they're like, wait, back up. As opposed to you shared with these 2 people, right? And you just drawing circles, a circle, and then 2 more circles. And then you draw the line. And this company is so generous. They pay you out and you tell them what one cycle is. It's $54. What that is a week. $13,500. What it is a year, $703,000. Now if they're going, okay, I get that, then you can go past first base. That's cool. Show me more. Then I'll go into double PIB. I'm not going to go into this whole, and then the circle and the $100, and then you get another 100. Because right now I just want to give you big picture, big money, and then I'm going to show you how to go there fast. Okay. Then a week or 2 in, we're going to talk about, let me show you how to get a consultant and another 200. And guess what? You're close to cycling 5 times this week, and we're going to match that with, so that all doesn't happen in that first meeting. It's just too much to comprehend. Now, if you're having a training, typically people coming to a training have heard it before, so that's a different kind of picture. If you're inviting a new person to your home, that's when I go simple and big. Okay? Go home right now, and I want you to talk to mom and your dad.
So in your area, like you'll have these brand new trainings, and then do you in your area do, and then we have like a phase 2 training and a phase, like how does that kind of look for you as a leader in your area? I'd love to know.
Okay. Here's the biggest thing I teach people. I don't want you to, and I wrote this down for you guys. I teach them how to win. I teach my team how to win. I want them to win the Dash to Disney. I got a guy who enrolled 3 weeks ago. He's now number 84th place. He's at 9,900 points today. Okay. So all I taught him from day one was, oh my gosh, we have a contest going on, enroll. I want to get you to Disney World. So I'm teaching my team how to win these beautiful incentives that we have with Isagenix, which they're all the time ongoing. For me, I enrolled with Isagenix, and the first 90 days I had 100 people in my organization because I was driven by the derbies, and I wanted to win the derby. All I wanted to do was win. I didn't know about the numbers and the U+2 and they play and they're them +2. I just wanted to win. So just tell me what to do to win. And this is what I've done with Ramon. Go look on your Dash to Disney right now. You'll see Ramon. I don't know, he's Hispanic. His last name starts with B. And he's enrolled, I don't even know, 30 people in the last 2-3 weeks. He enrolled just 3 weeks ago. And he's leading. I led him with the mindset of we're just going to win. Because I knew for me, what I did back there 8 years ago to win the Derby, right, is the fuel to the engine that I have today. So if you can get your head and your team's head around the idea of let's just win this thing. I want you committed and I want you on my team, right? And give them what that looks like to win. So I really teach my team, we're not really going to focus on rank advancing as so much as, because that's going to happen exponentially or organically anyway, as opposed to let's just win everything, right? And that's why Tanya won, and Trudy and Lindsay and all those girls were number one, because I taught them how to win. I said, you're coming to this team right now. You're going to, I don't even know where they've been all those, every single one of those, the millionaires in my organization won a derby contest right out the gate when they enrolled, every single one. So winning is a big thing. And I expose people from day one to whatever big contest or incentive Isagenix has out there. Everybody, I'm like, let's just do it together. We'll have so much fun, right? One of the big things for me in the beginning was I wanted to have fun. And I actually remember saying to Betsy and Janny, you know, I'm already retired. I don't want to work. I just need to know if you girls have fun. If you have fun, you know, you can count me in. So don't be so, in your business trainings, don't be afraid to show people the fun and let them know that we have all these fun things and we can win, as opposed to then always about the numbers, right? A lot of people can't understand the numbers at that first couple of meetings. They're just like, I still don't get it. It took me 6 months before I understood anything about how I was earning any of this money. All I want to do is win, have fun, and I wanted more to keep coming. So what do I got to do next? I just wanted marching orders. And Betsy was so good about giving marching orders. She's a teacher, and she was just like, go get your 2. What do you got today? Get 2 more. Get 2 more. I'm like, okay, I'll go get 2 more. So yeah, winning is a big thing for me, and teaching people how to win all these yummy, beautiful incentives. I know we have a huge one coming out in January, and right now the big incentive is to get your 1 enrollment in a week, 15 from now till the end of the year, and whatever the heck they're going to roll out is going to be our largest contest promotion ever in the history of Isagenix. I can't even imagine. I mean, I'm hearing rumors, but you'll love the rumors if you haven't heard them already, Meredith.
I have not heard any rumors.
Well, we shall talk.
We shall talk. So tell me, because okay, so most leaders are posting. I saw leaders posting saying, this is the most exciting time in Isagenix. Like, why right now is like so exciting. And I even caught a little bit of it from Susan Miller, just with the business. I'm leading with this business and with this model. We have the best compensation plan, and poor other network marketing companies. I feel so bad. So are you approaching, like, what are you excited about in Isagenix? I have 2 questions. What are you most excited about right now in Isagenix? But then also, do you approach other network marketers and say, hey, like, you need to look at this?
Yeah, you know, everybody, of course, has such great loyalty to their company. That's a tough conversation for me because, you know, they have had, I like to find when they're a spot of, they're unhappy with their company. They have just, you know, had something happen. And that's when I love to really have those conversations as opposed to trying to, again, I don't do the hard, right? To convince them. I'm not in the convincing business. But everybody knows that I have great success. And I try to wait till that moment to where I can see something's happened on Facebook. And then I will make that personal message. Hey, you, are you ready to take a look at what I do, girl? I've been watching you and I know you're struggling, as opposed to trying to, you know, really do that convincing business. It's just too hard for me. But I really will tell you guys, I had a powerful product experience. I mean, it was powerful. We don't need to go into it right now unless you guys want to be bored with it. But my belief is you have to be so passionately, deeply in love with these products. If you know the science, if you know the research, if you know our formulator, if you know why the Cougars came out of retirement, you cannot not lead with these products. For me, I believe everybody who is really good at this business has a deep belief in our products. I lead a lot of my conversations with, it's a very, again, I'm about easy. That's an easy conversation for me because everybody I run into is sick, tired, or fat. And I'm really good at, oh my God, well, you should do what I do. You just told me how sick you are. Why aren't you cleansing? Okay. And I say that all the time. And I wait for that person to tell me. And here's what I say. How are you? It's so easy. And they will, if you wait long enough, they're going to tell you how shitty they are. Okay. It might not be the first thing they say, but you ask again and you keep at and you listen. And then you're like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so sorry. You got your whole family has the flu, right? Then that's my opening to share. You need to be cleansing. You should do what I do, right? My family hasn't been sick in 8 years. So I know if I can get somebody an experience, 30 days, guess what? There's a really great chance that person is most likely going to turn into a product share at the very minimum because I go fast and hard. Once I want them to be in love with our products. If you jump in for the business, that's awesome. God bless you. Go big. But if you have that mindset of business and you've had a powerful product experience and you fell in love with all of that, which I teach very early on in that first meeting, Meredith. What do I teach in my first trainings? I teach how to fall in love with the products. I teach the science. I teach the beautiful part of how we're in the transforming business. This is a transforming business, guys. Are you transforming your body? Are you letting everybody know all the different ways you've transformed your life? Not just financially. Look at Meredith. She's a freaking energized bunny, not because she was born that way, because she's fueling her body with this stuff every day. And look at her. I can't wait to see you at 60. Okay, my husband does this every day during a call. He walks in. I kid you not. And here he comes. Come on in. Every call. Like, if you're on my calls, take calls. It just happened. Watch. This is what I live with. My life is so beautiful.
Oh, flowers.
Look at you. You're so awesome. We staged this, just so you know.
How sweet.
Today's our anniversary.
Oh my gosh, and you're doing this call? What? You're so amazing. Oh my gosh. Jill, you are incredible. Thank you for doing that on your anniversary. You nut.
Well, we've been married 18 years. It's like another day around here.
Oh.
But, I don't know if you guys know this, but when we found Isagenix, they gave Andy, my husband, 2 months to live. And he wasn't supposed to live past 2 months. And you saw him. He's 76 and he's thriving like no other. And we're just so blessed. We're so incredibly blessed that, I don't need to say a whole lot about this journey. I'm living proof, right? Both of us get up at 4 or 5 a.m. every day. We go to bed at 11 every night. We have energy like you can't believe. Just so you guys know, if you don't ever do this business, stay on these products for life. I mean, we don't get sick. We don't go to doctors. I mean, he has stuff that from what happened to him 7 years ago. He was actually, just to say really quick, he was overdosed accidentally in an IV with hydrogen peroxide. He went into critical condition for 14 days, couldn't walk, couldn't talk, and it burned through every organ in his body. And he's just a living, walking miracle today. But he does have some, side effects from his heart, that it burned through his heart. It kind of damaged the heart and so on. But for the most part, he's kicking butt and taking names. And we just feel very, I don't know, Meredith, we feel very obligated. We feel very committed. We know he was given this chance to live each day, to pay this forward and to be a blessing to others. And it's not even about the money for us anymore. I mean, I give money away right and left now to charities. It's so cool to be able to walk down the street and, if it's on my heart, I write a check for 10 grand. Like, I don't even think about it. This is the contribution side of this. Freedom living that's another time for another call. I could talk to you guys for an hour about it. That's the holy stuff, right? That's the God stuff that starts to happen in your life. Yeah, thank you. Say hi to Meredith.
Hello. How are you?
Hello.
A few more minutes, honey.
Amazing.
Shut that door, honey.
Jill,
So just so you guys know, here's my theory about what happened to us. It wasn't happening to us. When he was dying and they said, you're not going to live, and I had just had a hysterectomy, and my kid was in Iraq and at war, like shit was down, big time going down in my life. I was in the tank, okay? And Meredith, I don't talk about this. You never will hear me speak about this, but I love you so much, and I can get real. I feel like I can get kind of real with you guys. I learned this, and now I can look back, and it's so true. When shit starts to happen, it's not happening to you. It's happening through you for something, okay? Look what's happened to our life. This happened not to him. It happened through him, right? To be able for greater things to come. And I trusted during that time. I'm like, God, I don't know why. You just killed my best friend was just killed. My brother just died of cancer. My dad just died in my arms. My husband's in critical condition. I just lost my uterus. Like, oh my God, right? But I trusted the journey. And I never took this on like it was happening to us, to me. It was just happening. This is life. It was just happening through us. And now because we've been through this stuff, the hard stuff, right? We are so, what did I write? Oh, I wrote this down. Your struggles will become your strength. Your struggles will be, and I have so many new builders in my team. They're like 27. They're like, what is with all you girls? Y'all have so much baggage. I'm like, you're 27. Just wait. It's just life, right? Things happen, and it becomes your strength on this journey. And if you are, I just want to encourage you that if you're going through anything, a tough season in your life, it's just a season. And it's not to you. It's to be used through you for someone else, for something else, for someone else to come. And, I look back now and I'm grateful. I'm thankful. And this is what I want to leave you with, the call to action, Meredith. The fastest way I know to change your life, the fastest way, and I'm going to challenge you guys because this is what we're doing in my team right now. And it's crazy what's happening. The fastest way to grow is to say, and this is, you're going to think this is a piece of cake. I got this, Jill, no problem. It's harder than you think. I want you to say thank you twice a day when you wake up and when you lay down at night. And all of you, how many of you guys can do that? Raise your hand. How many? I can only see 4 of you on the screen. There you are. Hi, everyone. Okay. 4. Twice a day, morning and night, okay? Now here's the hard part about this. By tonight, 50% of you will have forgotten to do it. By tomorrow morning, almost all of you will have forgotten to do it. And on the 3rd day, almost every one of you will have forgotten to do it. Okay, it took me 30 days to get into the habit of saying thank you every morning, thank you every night. When he was laying in that hospital bed dying, the doctors would come in and the first thing he would say to them is, thank you for caring for me so greatly. And they would say, how are you? He goes, I'm so grateful. I'm still alive today. He was supposed to die every day. He's chained to a bed. He's crapping everywhere. He lost all function. All his hair was gone. He was down to 130 pounds. And he would say, I'm so thankful. Thank you for coming to check on me. Okay. I learned that the power, and it's beyond gratitude. Just saying thank you changes the whole picture. If you can say it, and here's the deal, I want you to write it down on a little piece of paper next to your bed. And until this is a habit. Right now I'm on to radically humble, staying radically humble. And that's what I say every morning and every night now, because I'm in this place of trying to really go less of me, more of you, right? So my challenge is for 30 days. Meredith, start a little thread, whatever. And you guys start saying, I've got several of them on Instagram. I see their thank you posts. I know exactly what they mean, and they're doing throughout their story in the day. It'll be a thank you. If you can do this for 30 days, every morning and every night, and I promise you on the third day, you're going to go, oh, I forgot. It's okay. Go back to it. Wear your rubber band, whatever it is, until it becomes your habit. Habits in this business are everything. Everything. I have not taken my eye off of my business, not one single day since the day I enrolled with Isagenix. And the reason why is because through the hard seasons, it kept my eyes on others, which got me out of that dark really fast. I'm even more eyes on my business when I am going through a struggle, because I know it's going to pull me out of it, is to get my eyes on others fast, really fast. I mean, my best friend here in town a couple years ago was her husband killed her in front of the kids and then turned and shot himself 1 block away. I can't even tell you what that pain, it is so radically brutal. But the first thing I did is I thought, how am I going to get through this? How are we going to get through this? What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I thought, serve. We're going to raise money for the babies, right? The first thing to pull me out, it was on a mission. Every one of us who were very close with Sarah, and then we started carrying signs that said free hugs. Every weekend we were at the baseball game, hugging people, and on the back of our shirts it said, remember Sarah. We did that until we really felt like we were on solid ground with this whole journey. But the first thing we did, like the day after she was murdered, we started raising money for the babies. Last week, this is 3 years ago now, we took a check to her grandparents, Sarah's grandparents, for like $20,000, right? Here you go. Here's for the babies. You guys, this is it. I'm telling you, the faster you can get your eyes on others, the faster you can start getting yourself into service. Who are you serving? And I don't mean get out there and connect and meet more people. Just serve and go volunteer somewhere and watch your business soar. I promise you. Start finding I know. Who am I touching on this call?
So many people. Oh my goodness. They're obsessed. It's like so good.
It's so good. And it's so,
yeah.
It's so the answer, how to rock this business. We are a servanthood business. This is a platform to be in massive service. Yeah. I know. I want to come hug you right now.
Oh, this is so good, because
you look at it like not what you can get. And I know we have all those ranks and everything and the money's on the table, but if you can get everybody's heart open to, this is how we're born to change the world. Meredith?
Yeah, you're still there. Are you there? You're there.
Oh, I lost your screen. Okay, I can't see you guys.
Oh, weird.
You guys were born. I know, I don't know where you went, but hang on. I lost your face, but anyway, you guys were born. Oh, yay. You guys were born not to play small. You were born to be a massive blessing on this planet. And I have a post. I took it off of my timeline today. I will put it back on my timeline, Meredith, but it's all the things that were said to me over my life, as a woman, that made me shrink. Okay. And I've had to let go of, there's hundreds of them. Meredith, I can't see you. Where'd you go?
Oh, I can try to find you.
I know, I don't know where you went. Oh, well. It's weird when you can't see the screen. Like, I feel like I shouldn't be talking. Anyway, just know, you guys, it's truly a business where this freedom living that we talk about is real. It's for you. Why just me? Why Meredith? Why not you? And embrace it from the aspect of what you can give as opposed to what you can get out of this, because all the money's coming. All the beautiful things that you see, that's coming. That's like a side benefit. But when you wake up every morning knowing you have changed massive people's lives, and the ripple effect from what's happened to my husband has been so worth it. It's been so worth it. I don't like, should I hang up and call back in? I don't like not being able to see you.
You're here, but you guys, what I want you to take from this is just realizing, okay, obviously Jill has touched so many lives that her income's reflecting that. She could literally walk away right now, but this woman is on a mission. This woman is never getting off of this mission to change people's lives and add value. And if you can't see that from this call, I don't know. It's crazy. You are a powerhouse, and that's why I'm so attracted to you. It's just the value that you give to me, the value it's so apparent, even just from your social media, the lives that you are changing, and that your mission is never over. And it's not like truly about the money, because the money's been doing things for all these people and giving, and oh my goodness, it's just amazing. So Jill, thank you so much for pouring out.
And you guys, here's the key, and Meredith is so good at this: consistent, persistent giving. Do good deeds, and then ask big, because here's the deal. You will receive what you are asking for, but the key is to do good deeds. So compassion first, Meredith, and then you receive. Compassion first, that's the service part, and then receive second. You guys, it's a complete flow. It's a complete flow, right? Ask big, because the world wants to give you everything. God wants to bless your socks off. But if you don't ask, you're not going to get it. So ask. But remember, it's compassion first, and then receive second, and it's a beautiful flow. And I'll leave you with that.
So good. Thank you so much, Jill. You guys, go give her some love on her Facebook wall. Message her. Tell her what you took away.
Yeah, don't hesitate to reach out. The other key, like I said, I'm an instant responder. Meredith, probably you are too. So don't hesitate. I do reach back very quickly if you have answers, but just invite the easy in on this journey, and don't overthink this, and know that this isn't work. This is just what we do, and it's just such a blessing. And work to me is something you do hard work is something you do that you don't like to do.
Yeah, and have forced to do it. So we're so thankful for you, Jill. You are beautiful.
Thank you.
We love you so much. You guys,
NYKO. Are you coming here soon, Meredith?
Just for NYKO, not.
Cool. Let's plan something fun.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next Monday.
Have a beautiful day. I hope that helped a little bit.
It helped a lot, a ton. You're such a gem. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. I love you, Meredith.
I'll talk to you guys later. Love you, Jill. See ya. Bye.